Hi everybody. Today I'll be reviewing the insane but wonderful movie, The Housemaid. And also, there might be a chance that this probably inspired certain Alfred Hitchcock movies such as Psycho, since this took place, or at least this was made many years before a lot of Hitchcock films, since this movie was made in 1960 in the Republic of Korea. Not to say, it definitely shows like the spiral of events that can happen because of such a thing happening. And for one, it starts out as this lovely conversation between husband and wife, and the husband was like mentioning about how someone's someone committing an affair with with ass man stuff. Then like the wife was just like, no, let's not really talk about this kind of thing, essentially. And the husband's like, yeah, there's a point to be made here about like how a man, about how like a man can see like the housemaid at least once or twice a day, once or twice a day and stuff. They have a little laugh about it. And then fast forwarding a little bit, we realize that like the husband is basically music teacher slash composer, and then one of the students falls in love with him, and yeah, and sends him a love letter and stuff, and then we realize, then you realize that this turns into like I don't know, just a way out there series of events, and part of this going downhill is like the girl who is in love with him goes to just extreme events ever, and the part of the extreme event starts when a rel when the husband when a relative dies, and then like the husband's kind of lonely, so then he sleeps with a girl that's in love with him, and then after that, turns out the girl is pregnant, and then like the husband is just like, no, just please, just get out of my life. And then it turns into this thing. Then it turns into this thing of her baby gets like really hurt, really hurt badly, where she can't really give birth to birth to the baby anymore. And then she definitely goes into insane spiral of like wanting to like kill like both the kids off and stuff, and she successfully at least kills off, well, like the son with rat poison, which is definitely a main thing about this movie. Weirdly enough, is that they do tend to show rat poison a lot, and partially because the wife does seem to find rats a lot in the house, and that's why they keep the rat poison on them, specifically in the cupboard, just in case. So yeah, that becomes kind of a weird focal point of the film, is like the rat poison, because then that rat poison is used to try and like basically kill off the entire family, because this woman is so in love with the husband. And then near the end, you realize they pull off a semi kind of like weirdly stubborn kind of Romeo and Juliet, because of the fact that the husband, in this case, is not really Romeo, but it's kind of like the same kind of death where they both take the poison. both take the poison, but the husband just kind of just wants this crazy ass chick out of his life. So then they like both decide to do it, and then weirdly enough, it turns into a happy-ish kind of thing where like you kind of reverse back to like when the girl was just a maid for them, and they're serving and stuff, and it just kind of weirdly ends there, and you're just like, what? So was that whole like weird series of events I just witnessed just in like husband's head, or I don't know. It kind of leaves you with some questions, to be honest. And great film though. It just does leave you with some questions at the end, like, wait a second. So did they both die, and this is just their vision of heaven or stuff? You don't really know. You just kind of have to figure out yourself of what's really happening at the end there. But again, overall, fantastic film. I do recommend it, especially for people who are fan of thrillers and foreign movies in general. Since I'm sure this movie did inspire a lot of movies after it came out because of its depiction of suburban life and stuff, and it is just crazy. But yeah, again, just great movie overall. Highly recommend it, and I'll see you next video.